It is us, and we are here. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear everybody. But tonight, welcome to TTRPG. Tonight's game is called Dreamless, and we're using a PBTA system called Girl Underground, and we're playing to raise money for WAVAW, Rape Crisis Center. WAVAW offers an anti-oppressive, decolonizing, intersectional feminist support to survivors of sexualized violence. Their services are open to cis and trans women and people of all marginalized genders, including two-spirit, trans, and non-binary people. So tonight is an important night for us, and if you want to help us tonight, the link to the donate place is in the chat right now. So you can go ahead and click on that. We have a little bar that shows how much we're raising. Our aim is to raise about $500 tonight. So again, the link is in the chat and you can see that right there. Now let me just pass it on to our wonderful storyteller who will introduce everyone tonight. Morshadi! Hey!
Hello, I'm Morshadi. Thank you very much, Glyza. Again, like Glyza said, I am Morshadi. I'm going to be tonight's storyteller for Girl Underground, a PBTA game, and based on stories like Spirited Away and Alice in Wonderland. I can't speak tonight. I apologize. Let's go to people who can speak. To my one side is Amber. Amber, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everybody. I'm Amber, also known as The Space Jamber. I am a TTRPG writer, editor, podcaster, and streamer. You can find me anywhere there's internet at The Space Jamber, including Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, all of it. I am going to be playing Orin, a ogre. I almost said gnome, which is incorrect. I'm going to be playing Orin, who is the ogre who kind of represents like the Alice's like propensity to be, to shrink herself or whatever. So really excited to be here and raise money for WAVAW. Yay. And popcorn Meg.
Hi, I'm Meg. My pronouns are she, they. You can find me on Twitter at 90ispants, where I screech about being an educator in the hellscape that is currently our country and the state of Texas. I am playing Glyza's cat.
Yes, my cat specifically. I do have a cat named Yema, and Meg is playing my cat. But continue, please.
Yeah. So I'm playing Yema, whose pronouns will be they, them. They are the beast character, as well as our little mutually shared character that I guess Morshadi can introduce later. Morgan, your turn.
Hello, my name is Morgan. I am Imagine Matrix on the internet, basically everywhere. And tonight I am playing Nyx the Sulky. And her pronouns are she, her, as are mine. And it's been a while since I've done this, so I think that's it. And then
and it's me. Hi.
Yeah.
Glyza, I go by they, them. I am a person of many hats. I'm typing my little thing there. I'm a podcast host. I'm a writer, variety streamer, a talk show host, director of philanthropy over here at TTRPG. And hey, yeah, my sweater is nice. I got lost. Also as a partner on the Gremlin Collective. To see all the stuff I'm in or wherever you need to find me, just check out bio.link/Classical Glyza, or just look for @Classical Glyza everywhere on the socials. Tonight I will be playing Skipper, the Runaway, and I'm very excited to see where that will go. And back to you, Morshadi. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I am, again, Morshadi. I will be the storyteller tonight. You can find me on Twitter at @more_shadi and Morshadi everywhere else. And as was brought up by Meg, we will actually all be playing as one character, as well as that is the girl that is listed as kind of like Alice in Alice in Wonderland. The girl comes from a family that has love, but doesn't necessarily have a lot of quiet in their life. And their name is Serena. Serena has braided hair that flows like a winding river. And when they speak, it's dreamy, like a cotton candy cloud. And they do have a prized possession, Yema, an orange tabby cat. As we go and zoom into this house, we go and see this manor house over these treetops coming in. It's early morning, and front gates are just right across it. This is the manor house that Serena lives in with her grandma. And it is her excuse me, her grandma Juanita. And Grandma Juanita actually is the headmistress and owner of St. Pauline's Finishing School of Fragile Young Adolescents. Luckily, though, this is a great school, unlike most finishing schools that we all know. This is a great school for adolescents across the world. They all come here because everyone loves Grandma Juanita. But because she loves so many people in this world, it is extremely busy. And where we find Serena is in one of her favorite hiding spots when everyone is the bustle and hustle of the morning. Everyone's running everywhere to get to their classes. Amber, where do we find Serena? First thing in the morning, right after breakfast.
You had to get me as I was shaking my nail polish bottle.
I did.
I think Serena can be found right now. So there's like a big spiral staircase that is kind of tucked away close-ish to the breakfast nook. But it has like a little alcove underneath the stairs where like the stairs start to spiral, that Serena likes to hide out in and enjoy her breakfast by herself and like read and kind of, catch up on homework or whatever before the day starts. And she's there covered in she's she's got like her plates and everything from breakfast like at her feet, on the floor. She's sat up kind of like knees up in the alcove, like nose firmly in a book, and just really not paying attention to everything going around her. Yeah, she's firmly in her own little world, I think, here.
Morgan, what book is Serena? What is she reading as she's shoveling food in her mouth at the same time, just ignoring the world around her?
I think she's reading a book about her favorite pirate, Anne Bonny.
Anne Bonny, okay.
Yeah, but it's like a fictionalized version of Anne Bonny's life.
Okay.
Because her grandma won't let her read the real stuff.
Won't let her read the real stuff. Okay.
She tries to sneak some from the manor library sometimes, so. Okay.
And Meg, how close is she to finishing this book?
I think she's probably like in between that, like halfway and 3/4 mark, just still very like engrossed in it. This is probably obviously like not the first time she's read this book, so it's very well worn. So she's almost speed reading it, but still very much just like learning to like almost memorize like page by page, like how everything goes. Okay. So she's like, it's a very just kind of romantical point of like just being like, I'm obsessed with this book.
Like it's one of those like books that you're like, doesn't matter how they pick it up, you can just pick up the book and just go and know exactly which word you're wanting to start to read from.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's kind of I think where Serena is at with that book, and she's at that point in that halfway to 3/4 mark of like trying to like almost memorize the actual thing.
Nice, very nice. Now she's thumbing through that book. Glyza, she's almost finished with breakfast. Well, Grandma Juanita is magic in the kitchen. You don't know how she feeds all these people, but she does, and she does it by herself. What is today's breakfast?
today's breakfast would be fried eggs with rice, and I don't know. Let's make it Filipino. Let's fried rice, eggs, tocino, a heavy meal of Filipino proportions, and it's great. And I absolutely love it. That's my favorite breakfast. If you ever, if you ever want to buy me breakfast or make me breakfast, fried rice, eggs, and tocino is barbecued pork. And if you want to make me happy, that is the breakfast that I will eat. So
What's missing from the plate though? There's a key ingredient that for whatever reason was missing.
Banana ketchup.
How did I know you were gonna say that?
How dare grandma forget banana ketchup?
Oh, you are saying it's bananas? You said grandma.
I said banana ketchup.
Ketchup. Oh, banana ketchup. I apologize. I didn't mean to miss that. You're saying grandma left the banana ketchup off?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I see how it is.
Not
okay.
Not everybody likes banana ketchup on their breakfast, but grandma knows that I like banana ketchup on my breakfast.
I see. I think maybe this morning was really extremely busy for Grandma Juanita. So Serena gets up and is like, I need to get some, and starts walking out and just kind of peeks out. It's now the rush has gone. Everyone's now either in heading to the breakfast hall, or they're heading back to their rooms to get either fully dressed for classes. And as Serena heads down to the pantry area, they see Mrs. Grubel, who has worked for the family for 25 years. Mrs. Grubel is the housekeeper, the nanny. She's someone that Serena has known her entire life. Amber, I want to ask you, Mrs. Grubel seems a little like she's sneaking around. What is she doing?
Okay, so she's sneaking around. She's probably Okay. It's unbecoming of most ladies to enjoy a pipe at any time of day, but especially in the morning. And I believe Mrs. Grubel has sorry, Meg, I just got the meme you sent me. Mrs. Grubel is sneaking around trying to make sure that she's like spraying enough perfume to like hide the like scent of tobacco on her clothes, and like hiding her pipe and her stash so like people don't notice. That's what she's been up to. But it's like she needs that like hit of nicotine in the morning to like jumpstart her body.
So you caught Mrs. Grubel in that one moment of her perfect silent moment of the day. Everyone has that moment. Like you're just like, you know what? I got it. When you caught her in that perfect moment, Glyza, Mrs. Grubel hasn't caught Serena seeing her. There's this moment, and Serena has never seen her do this before. And there's a shock internally to see Serena seeing Mrs. Grubel smoking a pipe. What does Serena do?
Serena is gonna walk up to Mrs. Grubel and go, "What are you doing?"
And Mrs. Grubel turns around. You're supposed to be at breakfast, young lady.
I was looking for ketchup.
Well, plenty of ketchup in the kitchen. What do you just get yourself over into your room. So it's time for school. And in the meantime, like dusts of the piper like falling behind her, and it's like on the ground.
Serena is fully dressed for school, and she looks Mrs. Grubel up and down. She goes, "I'm already dressed for school."
Your hair's not done.
But that's your job.
Are you making demands?
Yes, I am.
Mrs. Grubel. Okay. for the audience in Girl Underground, there are, and these were decided ahead of time, there are manners, society that puts upon little girls in this world. And those demands and manners, we just say, nah. And how you do that is we say, absolutely not. And we flip it around and become those beliefs. So are you throwing this demand into the wind? How are you going against
that? I mustn't be. I'm gonna go tell Ms. Grubel, I'm already ready. I'm just waiting for you to fix my hair. And that is something that, that you should be helping me with, because that is something that you want. That is your job and something you do. And also, can you tell me about what you're doing? Because I think it's very interesting. You look like a dragon. But like in a good way, because of the fire coming out of your mouth. Not that you're dragon looking. You're very pretty. You're a very pretty lady.
And she pulls out this very like ornate looking pipe. It's like got carvings all over the place. Morgan, Serena recognizes some of the symbols on there, and they're very pirate symbols. What are some of the symbols that you recognize on it that you would be, as Serena would recognize?
I'm sorry, I was coughing on the symbols on the
pipe itself.
Okay, that's what I
thought.
There's like pirate looking symbols.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, piratey looking symbol. Serena recognizes these from the book.
I think there is some skulls and crossbones and stuff, but I think the more interesting bits and pieces are some symbols that come from a pirate code language that is detailed in the book that was once used by pirates.
Are we doing thieves can't except pirate can't? Is that what we're doing?
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing.
You've read the books. Even though you've sneaked them, but you've seen these. Serena has seen these, and and as Mrs. Grubel is putting away her pipe, because everything's fallen out, and now she's like stamping it on the ground. Fine, I will do your hair, but you'll have to meet me in my room. And I think Serena, as she's walking by, and Glyza, I want you to write that belief in there, because you've now you've flipped that manner into a belief. How would you flip young ladies must never make demands? You can go ahead and write it, and we can use it later. I think Serena is entranced by this pipe. Now I think Mrs. Grubel stuffed it in that side pocket, because everyone in this world has usable pockets. And I think Serena just kind of and just pulled it.
Mm-hmm.
And is now walking towards Mrs. Grubel's room. Meg, where is Mrs. Grubel's room?
I just based off that grand staircase, it's probably off the landing about 3 doors down on the 2nd floor. And it's probably just 2 doors down from Serena's room, so that way she's always kind of within earshot if need be.
Okay.
When everybody goes up to their rooms during the day. So yeah, that's where she's at.
Okay. So as she heads out and heading down and goes to Mrs. Grubel's room, it's still the pipe. I'm not sure what's it called. The pipe that holds the tobacco part. Anyways, the pipe that is still warm, and it's just very warm to the touch. And Serena just, as she she's kind of she's not sucking into it. She's just as she goes to open Mrs. Grubel's door, and we have a flash of light. From here on out, one of you will be embodying Serena. Who would like to take on that role first?
I have a dice, and I will roll a dice, a D4.
Thank you. Narnia fans.
And I will roll a D4. So Amber will be 1, Meg will be 2, Morgan will be 3, and I will be 4. And I'm gonna roll my D4.
And if it's 5 or 6, I just choose.
It's a D4. There's 4. There's number 3. So it is Morgan.
Yay.
Serena,
Cool.
as you open the door, still with the pipe in your hand, it flashes, and all you smell is just the smell of a beach.
Ooh.
It's bright midday, and you hear seagulls going off, and behind you, the door is gone. You are on the beach, sandy beach. It is the most it's almost like a pirate cove. What do you do?
Is there like anything behind me on the opposite side of the water? Like, because the door's gone, but is there like
So you
a
have the
forest or
ocean in front of you.
jungle or
You have the ocean in front of you. You look back, and there's like a rocky cliff. You could probably scale the rocks to the top. There's not that high, and there's good purchase on there.
Well, gonna take a look around and look kind of confused for a second, and then shrug and walk towards the water. Kind of bend down. I think I have my school clothes on, so take off my fancy little shoes and kind of just throw them to the side and take off my stockings and just kind of jump into the water, jump into the shallows of the ocean.
Okay.
And then all the while still trying to like blow through the pipe.
All right. As you are heading into the water, you see in the distance someone yelling, and it's not someone big, but it's just like this person this small little orange fur ball, just like bounding in the waves, just like coming towards you, and you recognize this this little fur ball, and it's your cat Yema, but they're actually screaming words at you. Yema, what is it that you're screaming at Serena?
Get out of those waters. Are you crazy? Do you not know how bad these can be? These are infested. Although with what, nobody knows, but they're infested. Get out.
But so you want me out of the water?
Yes. Meow.
But I just got in the water.
Well, you must come out. That's not safe.
Well, Mrs. Grubel isn't here.
No, but I am, and therefore I'm in charge. So you need to listen. Come on.
I'm pretty sure I'm older than you.
You don't know that. I'm a cat.
Oh, okay, then you might be older than me. And she gets out of the water.
As you get out of the water, Yema, this is a natural environment for you. You come and go from here. When did you become Serena's pet cat?
Pet is definitely one of those that's very loosely defined, just because, like, you know how they say like pets and usually cats, right? Like, you don't choose them, they choose you. That's kind of what happened. Once Serena like turned 12 a couple months ago, I suddenly felt this urge to be in the mortal world, and I was like, oh, this one's fun, feisty, cool.
You're like,
and then
I'll
kind of
stick
like,
I'll stick around with this one for a while.
She feeds me sometimes. There's Oh, there's those weird little creatures from the other realm in her room all the time, though. She's gonna need my help. And so that was kind of the start of, I think, their bonding. We had talked when we created Serena that like she thinks that Yema can see ghosts, but the ghosts we see are actual like just little like sprites or fae or like pixies, essentially, just sort of like everywhere all the time. It's like gnats more than it is like magical. It's just kind of annoying. Um, and so they're very like just instinctively protective of Serena. They're like, you are magic, you are wonderful, you are also 12 years old, please stop. Like that's kind of where their protection stems from, is it's like, I love you, please don't do that.
As Serena gets out of the water, they've got their hand, they got their shoes in their hands, and they're just, when you're sitting in the ocean and the waves come in and your feet like kind of sink down a little bit. Are you in the water with them?
No. There's like a nearby rock that as I like burst through the door, I like wound up on, think kind of like the rock from like the Little Mermaid, but like actually on the shoreline instead of in the ocean. And so I'm over there at the very edge, just like yelling. And like to anybody else, it's just meow, meow, meow. But like to Serena now, like Yema can talk. Think kind of like the Coraline mechanic of like the cat's always been able to, you just couldn't tell.
Mm-hmm. So are you continuing to like chastise Serena, like, you can't just jump in the ocean, blah 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 blah. This rock that you're sitting on suddenly just like starts to wiggle back and forth. Like, and underneath it, Serena, you see just like a pair of eyes pop up, and they start scanning around, and this is where we're going to introduce Skipper. You've been hiding underneath, and this rock is actually, I think, a rock hat that you've created. You now, Skipper, you have is there something?
Yes,
Okay.
our cameras all just disappeared except for myself.
Uh-oh.
It's okay, we can still keep going, or we can pause for a second.
Let me fix it and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey,
Yay!
I
I
fixed
was
it.
able to turn off the stealth suits.
We did it.
No, luckily we have Glyza, who's an amazing producer. Everyone, where we left off is we had the rock that Yema was sitting on just suddenly went, and Skipper was looking around straight at you, Serena. What do you do? This little this just pair of eyes, just like sand, just like dripping down. What do you do, Serena?
Is that comfortable being in the sand like that?
Yes. Maybe.
Can I try?
Sure.
No.
Sure, no.
I mean, it's not the best, but it's not the worst thing I've experienced. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you want to find out, you're going to have to just jump in.
I would highly recommend that you don't do that.
I mean, it looks like it could be fun, but I don't have the cool hat. So I feel like I might get sand in my eyes.
Will sand in your eyes be painful for you?
Well, I imagine it's sort of like having dust or dirt in your eyes, and that's not comfortable. So is that uncomfortable for you or no?
I don't know. I've been in here for a long time, so I'm used to it. Maybe it's one of those things that you have to be in here for a long time to get used to it.
Well, if I don't want to get sand in my eyes, can I at least try on your hat?
Of course. And I take off my hat and I give it to Serena.
Put it on my head.
As you take off your hat, do you like just unbury yourself like like an oyster out of the sand there, Skipper?
Yes. I basically like stand up and shake all the sand out so that all of the sand like goes everywhere, including probably on Yema. And I'm sure Yema is very happy about it. But all of like sand gets everywhere. Well, I can safely say that it is much comfortable now to be out of the sand than to be in the sand. And that was fun still, though.
Well, maybe experiencing the comfort that came after made being uncomfortable on the sand worth it.
Very much worth it.
Yeah. Is the hat heavy?
It has a lot of sand in it. It's caked with sand because Skipper has been in this area for a little while. If you shake it, it'll be a lot lighter.
Okay. I think Serena shakes it out a little bit and then puts it on her head and gets a bunch of sand in her hair.
As Serena puts it on her head, it is heavy. It is a boulder, like it's just carved out on the inside. And you put it on your head and you're like, whoa, whoa. Yema, what do you worry about the most with Serena putting this on their head?
I think the biggest thing is that like the main problem is that Yema doesn't want Serena to want to stay here. And so as like she has now met Skipper, Yema is just like, Skipper, why are you still here? I thought you left like 2 weeks ago. What is going on? Like as the sand gets like brushed onto them. And then when Serena shakes off more sand, it's just this little like sand cat. And all you just see is like that disgruntled like,
oh, Yema, do you know the sand person?
This is Skipper. They're
Hi.
kind of just he's kind of just around sometimes.
I wanted to make sure whether I like the sand or not. My mom has always taught me to try things 3 times. 1, to get over trying it. 2, to make sure I'm good at it. And 3, to see whether I like it. And this is my 3rd time staying in this, and I absolutely have decided that I do not like it.
Yes, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Serena, we must go back home. You have school.
But the door is gone, so
I know a way to get back, but we really must get back. We can't linger. Skipper, have a good day. And he's just gonna
Well,
kind of try to like trot off the rock.
well, and I think Serena just kind of pushes the boulder hat off.
Just on the sand. It makes that thud. That things thud on sand.
Skipper looks at it and goes, I think it's time for another adventure, and just follows the 2 of you.
Go ahead.
No, so you said another adventure. Like, have you been on a lot?
Yes, I've been on a lot of adventure in this land. This is my favorite thing to do. And like I said, it's mostly because I make bad decisions.
And no one tells you to stop making bad decisions?
Nope.
Well, look, I try, but he doesn't listen.
Nope, I do not.
That sounds fun.
As you reach the location that you first stepped onto the sand, Serena, the 3 of you hear this loud roar coming from the top of the cliff face. You can't see what's up there, but it's just over the edge. What do you do?
Can we go see what that was?
I would highly recommend that we don't. It's always best if we don't mess around and find out with things. That never ends well.
But you get to learn more about the world if you see it. And
You're
I
not-
feel like we should be looking at stuff. I don't know when you're going to be here again. And wouldn't you want to explore this world as much as possible while you're still here? I can imagine Skipper and Yema being like the 2 ends of like the angel and the devil.
Yeah.
Angel and demon.
Yeah.
Well, in biology class, they do tell us that in science, you have to observe and develop a hypothesis, and it's important to do so to discover new things. And so I think my hypothesis is something interesting is up there, and now that I've made it, I have to go test the hypothesis and see what's up there.
That's a very school thing to do. School is cool.
How are you going to test that, Serena? How are you going to climb the mountain face or climb the cliff face? Not mountain.
You said that it wasn't like super tall. Well, I've already thrown my shoes and socks off somewhere, and I have not retrieved them. So it's going to make climbing, I think, slightly more difficult, or easier, depending on how sharp it is. But yeah, I think she's gonna roll up her sleeves, and she's gonna go up to the cliff face, and she's just gonna start trying to scale it like she climbs trees back at the manor in the summers.
Are Skipper and Yema, are you gonna just follow right behind?
Yes.
And as you all
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Skip. As you all climb up, and you just are just staring over the edge. Through the foresty area, we see our next companion, and it is who we know as the ogre, but in our chat here, it's actually the gnomeger. What is going on? Why did you scream out so loud?
Orin actually ended up getting just a really bad splinter in his hand, which, you know, for most people, yeah, probably like a branch couldn't count as a splinter. You know, if you kind of got, if you got a branch stuck in your hand, you'd probably be bleeding out a lot. But for a giant ogre the size of Orin, you know, it's Tuesday. So they were actually trying to like find a safe space away from the like fighting going on, like the actual like headbutting, I think is the best way of putting it, that a lot of the other ogres in Orin's like clutch or, you know, cluster are involved in, and just he doesn't want any part of it. He just, you know, he's already had enough issues with that ritual anyway. So as he's like running away and like finding, you know, he's like pushing through the branches and just like gets a splinter underneath his fingernail and just like roars out in pain, unable to like control. Oh yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just roars out in pain as he's you know, trying to find his safe spot away from the nonsense. And like as you see, like when you see Orin, he's like 9 feet tall, just fuzzy from head to toe, just covered in like coarse, rough hair, almost like, you know, beard hair, you know, like the texture of beard hair from like, you know, his entire body. And he has these horns that like curve up, around, and over back up, that kind of like gleam in the sunlight. He's got like big jagged teeth and dark brown eyes, the color of like peat moss. He looks scary, but on the inside he's really not. He's a good boy.
That's a good boy. Orin's everyone's best friend. But
Mhm.
Serena, you don't see that. All you see is from behind, you see this just screaming, because I don't know about you, but I've gotten splinters underneath my nail. That freaking hurts. I scream a lot.
Mood.
But just this giant 9-foot, what looks like a monster, just screaming and just kind of like flailing their arms around. And if we can here in just a moment, well, I would like to swap out. But Serena, what is it? What do you do?
Well, they're being very loud. And it's pretty early in the morning, if it's the same time here as it is where I left. So there's probably a lot of sleeping people or animals or something that could be disturbed right now. So I'm just gonna kind of pull myself up. It's a little scary, but I'm thinking about the sleeping baby animals, and I look up at this fuzzy creature and go, hey, you're my hypothesis right now, but you're being kind of loud. And if you're not gonna eat me, can you just like quiet down a little bit so I can prove my hypothesis?
As like hearing that voice, Orin stops his roaring, just like cuts it off, as if somebody had like taken the needle off of like a record player. And he just grabs his hand. He's like, oh, I'm sorry for being loud and disturbing you.
Oh, no, it's not me. It's just there might be other things that are disturbed.
Yeah, yes, I do apologize, my lady. I did not mean to cause an issue among the other creatures in the forest. I just And he holds out one giant finger, and it's like, to you, I guess, like the size of like a small stump, and he's like, I got a splinter in my finger and it really hurts.
Oh, yeah, that's totally understandable. I get really upset when I have splinters. So, and you don't have to call me, lady or anything like that. I'm just a girl. So, you can call me, well, I guess girl isn't what you should call me, because I've been told that you should call people by their names. So you can call me Serena, but if you'd like, we can try and get that out for you. I mean, it might hurt a little bit. I hate trying to get them out myself, but
Yes, Miss Serena, it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Oren. Um, I promise I'm not here to eat you. But if you have the tools to dislodge the splinter from my finger, Miss Serena, I would most appreciate the assistance.
well, I have opposable thumbs.
I
I
have
could just,
opposable thumbs.
yeah, the two of us together, we could probably do it.
Yeah, but do you have opposable thumbs?
Uh, that might be a sore subject for Yama. I don't know. I haven't asked recently.
Oh, who are your friends, Miss Serena?
Oh, that's Yama. I would say that they're my cat, but they're not really anybody's cat. They're kind of their own cat. And then this is my new friend Skipper. And he lives in the sand and has rock hats.
Yes. I don't wear them anymore because I didn't like them after 3 times.
Well,
And as you all are heading over to just take this giant branch, Yema, are you just kind of like sitting there like a cat, just kind of watching? Yeah. And just 1, 2, ah! I think they get it out. Or do you just let out a giant bellow?
I think he like bites his lip because he was asked very nicely by Serena to not disturb the peace around the forest and to not make another bellow. So he just
It's just like radiates that pain. Everyone knows like that.
Yeah. Like he
Uh,
tries not to roar, but so like just kind of like, yeah.
Okay. As you all pull it out, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna cut back to the beach for a second. And we're gonna zoom in to where Serena left her shoes and socks, and they're just kind of like laying there on the shoreline. And right there, we're gonna see a pair of flippers just kind of like, and someone reaches down to pick them up. And we're gonna swap out the girl playbook to somebody else. Who do you want to give that to?
Hmm. Give it to Meg.
Pick that, and you're gonna pick those up. And what do you look like, Nyx?
Well, currently, as I have flippers, I look like a little baby gray seal. So the kind of like roly poly, kind of chubby looking ones with the like little smiley looking cat mouth faces. Now, because I have kind of waddled onto the sand, I haven't quite transformed yet, but I'm thinking about it as I kind of nose at these shoes and stockings. And then I think I sniff one and then kind of jerk back a bit.
You see these shoes and socks, and what do you want to do with them? Like, are they intriguing to you? Are they a doodad?
They're a little interesting. I think I kind of like, I look at them and I kind of squint, and then I transform And basically I just turned into a small gray-haired girl with a sealskin kind of looking dress on, with a hood that's now down. And I kind of pick up a shoe and I kind of turn it this way and that, and then I look at my own bare feet, and then I kind of just pull it on, but it's on the wrong foot. And I pull on the other one, and I stand up, and I kind of march around awkwardly in the sand a little bit.
You saw it from where you're standing. You turn around and you see footsteps leading back up to the beach. Do you follow them? Or do you decide, hey, you know what? I got new shoes.
It's touch and go, but I'm kind of too curious to not, especially because I see that some of the footsteps have the same prints that the shoes are leaving, and then some of them are barefoot and some of them are cat paws and some of them are just interesting. So I think I follow those.
Okay. As you are heading up that beach, Serena, you've now just pulled out and you have this giant branch and are just looking at it. And you've just met this new friend, Oren, giant ogre. Is there something, what do you want to do? Like, what do you do with this giant branch?
Lauren, do you want this?
Oh, no. But I appreciate the offer. If you would like to keep it for maybe your own self-defense, I feel like that would be a great tool.
I suppose I could keep it as a memento. Skipper, what do you think? Should I keep it?
I mean, if you can carry it, I think we should keep it for like weapons and stuff to fight other things. Because I feel like we on this adventure are going to fight things.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, how long have you been here? Have you ever had to fight something?
Maybe.
Well, that was oddly cryptic. Well, Oren, do you know the land?
Yes, actually, I do. This is the these are the lands that my clan resides in. They are potentially not as friendly to newcomers as I. I would, if you're looking to go down a particular path, I would be more than happy to provide assistance and guidance to get you there safely.
Okay. Let's go that way. And marches off. And as Serena kind of starts to walk, she really like, oh, this skirt is not suitable for adventures. Does anyone know where I can get something that's not a skirt? If I'm to keep climbing everything, this is not going to be the most ideal.
I have an idea. I know of this little hut, and they have pants. That's where I got my pants. We could go there first.
Okay. You lead the way then.
Okay.
Which way is it? Is it in towards the forest, or is it back towards the beach? Skipper?
You will see Skipper throw a rock, a slightly flat rock, which is basically he's been using. And he goes towards the beach.
As Skipper, I think, starts marching back over to the cliff face. Skipper, you see someone you recognize down on the beach where you all started climbing up. Who do you see?
Is it Nyx?
It is Nyx.
Nyx!
What do you say?
Hi! Hi! Over
Hello?
here!
Hello?
Over here!
Oh, hi, Skipper.
Hi! Let me introduce you to my new friend Serena and my other friend, Orin.
Oh,
and
hi.
and Yema, the cat.
Wow. That's a lot of people.
I know! I don't usually
Wow.
have that many friends.
Yeah, did you bring them all here for a birthday present for me?
Is it your birthday?
Yeah. Look, I already got a birthday present. And she points to the shoes on the wrong feet.
Oh,
Then
well, those are mine.
these friends are my birthday present for you.
Oh,
Do you want a stick? I have a stick. Do you like sticks?
is it like driftwood?
It can be. If
I
you're
already I have a lot of driftwood already, but I could always add more to the collection. I mean, you don't have to give me a birthday present.
No, I want to. It's okay. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Do you throw it down from the cliff?
Yeah.
Or...
And it just like tumbles over.
You
and
just see you literally see Yema just like
Yeah, I think, well, this is her first time not in water. So I think she just kind of holds her arms out.
and the stick falls and just the terminal velocity, just like just right in front of you. Woo!
Oh, and then just bends down and picks it up. Oh, this is a great birthday already.
We're looking for pants.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, my folks do not partake in the wearing of clothing. So
Oh, you know, I think I've seen some pants. Now they were attached to people. And I think my mom's silky skin has pants as a part of it. But yeah, I saw people with pants. We could ask for their pants. If I tell them it's my birthday, maybe they'll give them to us.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we were going to look for a hut that has pants.
Oh, well, I don't know where that would be. It sounds like you do. So, I mean, we can find the people with pants.
I absolutely know where it
place
is.
with pants.
Absolutely, you know where it is.
100%.
Well, maybe the people with pants are in the hut with pants. Maybe that's where they got them.
Maybe.
Or maybe they put them there.
As you all are discussing, yelling back and forth, because it's at least a good distance enough. So you're just like, hey, I know where there's some pants. I know where there's some pants too. Because pants are apparently a thing now. You all hear a far down from the beach. And it's just like pretty regular. Every 30 seconds, like you hear it just like just almost like just like boom, boom, boom. The companions don't recognize this, but Serena, you do. What this sounds like is cannon fire.
are there pirates here? Does anybody know?
pirates. What are those?
Yeah, what are pirates? Are
You know,
they fun?
pirates. Well, I like to think so. My grandmother does not like pirates, and neither does our housekeeper. But I think pirates are really, really cool. They get to live their own life. And that's what I want to do. Starting with wearing pants.
So
Maybe the pirates have pants.
Are pirates the ones that fly the big metal contraptions in the sky?
No, these.
No, you're thinking about
maybe.
pilots.
Oh.
maybe. These pirates normally have a boat, but it sounds like they're fighting. And
I mean,
Yema's just gonna be like, maybe we shouldn't go towards the cannon fodder sounds then. I'd rather go to a hut, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
What about you, Skipper? What is it that you want to do?
I don't know. I want to see them up close.
The pants? You want to see the pants up close?
Yes. I want to see their pants up close.
So what is it that you do?
I am going to jump into the water.
From the top of the cliff?
Yes.
As you all are watching... Nice. As you all are watching and discussing about these, like, should we go towards the cannon fire? You all see Skipper just like, oh, and just like anime jump. And he's right in the middle of the sky. But Skipper, I think you forgot that you don't remember. Can you swim?
We're going to find out.
Serena, you suddenly see this scared look on Skipper's face. What do? What's the first instinct you have?
She's gonna go after him.
What do? Like you start running towards Skipper. They've already jumped off.
Yeah, she's just gonna also follow, because she's not thinking. There's no prefrontal cortex yet.
Does Serena know how to swim?
We'll see if Serena can swim pretty decent after jumping off a cliff. I think like she's trying to be like, Skipper, maybe don't do that, and like is like attempting to try and catch up to stop you, and almost skids to a halt. And as she skids to that halt, like very cartoon like, she hits the edge of the cliff and just kind of goes after, at which point Yema's just like, I told you so.
We just hear this just like, I told you so, from the back somewhere. Serena goes out to grab Skipper and just kind of grabs onto like one toe with one hand. Skipper, Oren, you just saw Serena take off after Skipper. And you see Serena just like on their tiptoe, about to fall off. What do?
I actually have a move. I've noticed we haven't rolled dice yet.
No,
I have a move.
A lot of them are supportive of what the girl playbook is doing, but go ahead.
Yeah. I have a move called Move Mountains. Roll when you need the elements to come to your aid. I would love to see if I can like gather up like a gust of wind to like kind of push Serena back to prevent her from falling off the cliff.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh, sick. Okay. And we don't have like any other
the companion moves. No, don't have any pluses or minuses.
Okay, great. Yeah. It's just flat. Okay, so I do pass. I get a 7. So on a 7, how do the elements help you? Yeah, I would say like Oren like panics. He's like, oh no, I just met this girl. I cannot have Miss Serena fall so soon after meeting her. And so he like swirls his arms like this to like feel the gust of wind like collect under his arms, and in that same motion like another gust of wind picks up at Serena and like picks up on kind of parachutes like her shirt and skirt a little bit. Not to like reveal anything, but just to like create some resistance from her falling.
It's just that maybe... like they're in the middle there, and like the clothes are just like
behind
them.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think it like helps her, gain her footing a little bit more. And then also from a 7 to 9, what do the elements demand of me?
So the elements demand of you. You said you will use air.
Mhm.
Whenever you have to use air, you have to use your voice. And to have done this, you have to bellow out. This is something that you were asked, Serena, not to do, though.
Mm.
Serena asked you not to bellow. So you're gonna have to break your promise.
Yeah, it's like a like a big guttural noise, and it's yeah, exactly the type of noise that he would normally make if he were involved in, whatever headbutting debauchery that his brothers were involved in, but this is something to help somebody, so it's less destructive.
Okay. And as you do that, like it's that classic sign, like all the birds like
Mhm.
like they fly away. Serena, you are captured underneath by just like this pillowy cloud of nothing underneath you, and you're like, oh, it's almost like as if you're flying now. Skipper, did you also catch Skipper at the same time?
Um, I don't know if I was quick enough to catch Skipper.
Okay.
Let's
So
not.
Skipper, yeah, okay. So Skipper, you still had a hold of Skipper just under his foot, and Skipper, you're like you just enough to see Serena, like just like, oh, you have the surprise look. You're not falling. Nix, you see Skipper falling from the sky. What do you do?
I heave a little bit of a sigh and I take my hood and I flip it up and I morph into a little roly-poly seal and I waddle into the water and I go over to where I can see that Skipper is falling into and just kind of swim over to that general area and just
So
kind
like,
of yeah.
so where he kind of leaped off, it's still sand.
Yeah.
He misjudged his jump. So where he's gonna land is sand.
Ooh.
Oops.
Uh well, I'm pretty soft. So I
Okay.
think the what I think I want to do here is
You have a move called Forest Chorus, but you can change it to Ocean Chorus.
I was thinking of that or second nature, and I think I kind of want to do second nature.
Okay.
Um which is roll when you offer a bit of your shape-shifting magic to someone and they accept.
Okay.
So I think Nyx looks up in her seal form and is like, hey, you're falling kind of slow, but you're still falling on land. So do you want to like change into something that you can avoid doing that with?
I don't think I can do that.
No, I can do that for you. Just like
Can
if
you
you want.
give me wings?
I
You
mean,
can't always be an animorph, Glyza.
I'm gonna turn into a hawk, a red-tailed hawk.
Let Glyza live their
to
fantasies.
be fair,
Always
I
be an
offered
animorph
it.
when you can have a choice.
Okay.
It's exactly what K.A. Applegate would have wanted.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
true.
So I roll, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it was accepted.
What you'll want to do is -6. At least for Glyza.
Wow.
What'd you get?
I got a 5. So what form are you stuck in?
Okay, so let me just make sure I am stuck in this form, or like I
You're
can't get
stuck
out.
in. Yeah, you're stuck in whatever form it is that you are. Essentially, what it is that you change into to save yourself from splatting on the sand.
Okay, so I have an idea. Okay. So you know how in Animorphs the change is slow, and it's like,
Mhm.
you know, you have to whatever. My arms have turned into wings, and I can fly, but somehow I got distracted by the oncoming ground. That is now my form. It's just Skipper, but instead of arms, it's just wings. So Skipper has lost their opposable thumbs and is very sad about it, but it's okay because Skipper can fly. But also very sad because I no longer have opposable thumbs. And I'm gonna fly and land, and I'm gonna look at Yema, and I'm gonna be like, I don't have opposable thumbs anymore. But I
Yema's
think
not
it's
the only one.
okay. I can still fly.
You get used to not having thumbs after a while.
Do you
I
use your mouth instead?
well, I only had opposable thumbs for the first time last night. It's fine without them.
Okay. I'm sure
It's
it'll
not
be
the
fine.
it's not the end all be all.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I
Thumbs are
have
quite
wings now,
useful.
though. I have wings.
You'll just see Yema's tail twitch, like the little like cat butt wiggle.
Also, just another thing. Instead of like Skipper's feet, his feet is now like bird feet. That's
Okay.
that's it.
So you've literally become a harpy lady.
Yes,
Okay.
that is what Skipper is now.
Skipper, what is it like to feel so close to the sun?
I don't know yet, but I'm gonna try. I want to fly really close to the sun later when we're done with this adventure, and then we're gonna find out.
I'm gonna make it so that when you do it this adventure.
That'll go well.
um as you are all Yema and Orin, you are still at the top of the cliff face. I think Orin, you're and Yema, you are like watching Serena just floating out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the air. You all look to the right and you just see this, you hear this. Yema, you're the one who notices three cannonballs coming towards your cliffside. And I think at that right now we're going to take a break. And we'll be right back.
Before we go on break, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is TTRPG, and tonight's game is called Dreamless, where we're using a PBTA system called Go Underground, and we're playing to raise money for WAVAW Rape Crisis Center. We've already raised $279. So more than half of our goal of $500 have already been raised, so that's exciting. If you need to know a little bit more of information about the charity that we're raising for, WAVAW is a, like I said, rape crisis center where it offers anti-oppressive decolonizing intersectional feminist support to survivors of sexualized violence. This service are open to cis and trans women and people of all marginalized genders, including two-spirit, trans, and non-binary people. Again, tonight is an important night for us all, and please do help us. If you want to help us, type !donate in the chat, which I have just done, and you can get the link to where you can donate. And please have a great rest of your time while we go on break. We'll be right back in about 10 to 15 minutes. See you soon. Bye. So, good evening, everyone. Good time zone. We are welcome to TTRPG, and we're at 350. That's awesome. That is amazing. We're at $350, 150 away from our goal. Tonight's game, as you can see, is Dreamless, and we're using the PBTA system called Girl Underground, and we're playing to raise money for WAVAW, Rape Crisis Center. This center offers anti-oppressive, decolonizing, intersectional feminist support to survivors of sexualized violence. Again, these services are open to cis and trans women and people of all marginalized genders, including two-spirit, trans, and non-binary people. As I've mentioned before, tonight is an important night for all of us. So if you want to help us and donate, please just type donate in the chat, !donate, and it'll bring up the link. $35 provides just an hour of the toll-free 24-hour crisis and information line to support for survivors. So please do donate, do help us out. And now that I'm done with all of that spiel, I'm going to hand it back to Marshadi, our storyteller for tonight, as we continue playing the different companions of Serena the girl in this really weird pirate adventure thing that we have decided to do. Yay!
Thank you so much, Glyza. As we left off before, Yema, you and Oren both just, oh, how do we protect Serena from all these dangers? As the next danger comes upon you, 3 cannonballs just lob towards your direction in this cliffside. What do you do?
Should I fly up and take Serena away with my clawed feet?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how far the cannon, like, can we tell, like, that they're gonna hit her, or?
You just see them coming towards you, coming towards that area. Like, you with, like, your cat eyes are like, right, you see them just like speeding, that look like cartoon Speedy, like, ah.
Yeah, I think when that happens, Yema looks towards Orin and then looks towards the cliff face, like the edge, and just kind of like scampers and is like, Skipper! Skipper, help! Get her! Get Serena! Now, please! Right meow, please!
I'm going to fly, and I'm going to sort of like hawk thing with my feet and sort of like, Serena! And just offer my legs to like fly her down to where Nyx and I were earlier. Yes.
The last person who had control was Meg, but if you want to take control, go for it. No? Okay.
No, not yet.
I really couldn't remember who had control. I was just like, wait, hold on, that was half an hour ago.
I've been doing the duality thing a little well for my own bragging rights. Like I'm never really good at it, but I feel like today I'm like, yes.
Damn it.
Indeed. Serena, you are floating in midair, having enjoyed just like, whoo, is this like, how being light is, as you are suddenly just grabbed by this skipper falcon thing and just suddenly just whoo, and are now in midair. Skipper, I don't think you're very good at flying yet.
No, we're gonna crash land on the sand, but like less painful than actually falling.
Indeed. I want you to roll me just a 2d6 real quick.
2d6?
Yeah, just
6. That's a 10.
Okay, perfect. You were able to do that, like that classic, just like wrapping your wings around.
Yes.
Around someone, and you perfectly protect Serena as you land on the sand and just like do that perfect roll, and Serena falls out of your wing, and you strike a pose
Superhero pose.
from somewhere everyone's watching at home. Just ooh. Oren, you saw Skipper save Serena. They're now just farther away. You now see why WAVAW is yelling. These cannonballs are now coming towards you. What do you do?
I think so. The cannonballs are coming towards all of us.
Yeah, just kind of coming towards this area. Probably
Okay.
you can tell that they're probably going to hit that cliff that you're all on.
Okay. I think what Oren, I mean, not even I think. Okay. Oren will take, I'm sure up on this height of the cliff, there's like big boulders and big rocks or whatever. And I kind of want to almost like sort of similar to like the Newton's cradle, where like, you hit one rock and it pushes the other away. He wants to take one of the boulders and like aim it at the cannonballs to try to knock the cannonballs away and see if they can like collide in midair. I know it would probably be impossible, but this is like, a Disney feature, so whatever.
Exactly. I want you to roll me a 2d6. I think that sounds like a stand tall.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to step in the way to defend.
Yeah,
Obviously, defend everybody. Go ahead and roll.
Well, that's a 5. So, what bigger threat have I missed?
I think you still hit one of them. I think your aim is just really good. You hit the middle one. But what ended up happening is because you hit it, it just like was coming up, and it just now both of them. One cannon went straight down, but that other boulder now is just kind of floating out over, and it's now going to looks like it's aiming over to Skipper and Serena. Nix, you saw this giant boulder being thrown by Oren, and now seems to be heading towards Skipper and Serena. What do you do? You're muted if you... Can you hear me, Nix?
Oh, you're muted. Okay.
Sorry. The flu is fluing.
Oh.
So
Understandable.
sorry, what was the question?
You see this giant boulder that Oren just threw to knock one of the cannonballs out of the air, just starting to now like go right over Skipper and Serena. What do you do?
Well, now I'm gonna try and use the forest chorus or ocean chorus or however you wish to call it. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and use that too. I'm sorry, my dog was throwing a tantrum. I'm gonna try and cause a really strong wave to arch over them and knock the boulder back towards the wall of the cliff to safety.
Okay.
So
So the ocean chorus. Now, this is a song or a rhyme. Go ahead and roll for me.
Yeah. Well, that's an 8.
Okay.
So how does your song transform the environment? So I think it makes the next wave that comes up kind of build up a little bit more until it's kind of like the pressure behind a cork, and then it releases the wave in one big tidal wave that might drench some people, but it knocks into boulder with enough force that you wouldn't expect it to be able to knock it back towards the cliff, but it can a bit.
Okay. So with an 8, there's also because this is an ocean song, or kind of it has a magical tone to it. But you missed one part of the verse. I think you were in just such a hurry that instead of it is, you know how waves come in and they go right back out. The verse, because you're manipulating the ocean, it's still, you have to do a manipulation of it going back out. You forgot that one verse, so now the ocean is actually continues to come into the shore side, and it's just continuing. So you and Skipper, but because of the way you did it, the ocean is just like parted around Serena and Skipper, but the rest of the shoreline is just filling up. Yema, from the cliff top, when you saw all this happen, one of the things you heard, though, when that boulder got hit was, "Ow!" The other 2 cannonballs have now crashed into the side of the cliff. And they are now, they didn't hurt, they didn't like crash through. They just like, thump, thump. And all you hear as they are falling down, Yema, is giggling all the way down. And as the cannonballs are heading down, they're now falling into the ocean, and you hear, "Oh, what's going on?"
Yeah, Yema's gonna very much just approach and as they get close enough to one of them, just kind of goes
So you're
and
still
just start chasing and playing with it like a little cat toy.
So are you still on the top of the cliff? Are you down in the water, or did you kind of
Yeah,
I
once the others were okay, I scampered down, and when I heard them, the cannonballs start making noises, it
okay.
in that animal instinct of prey. What
As
is
you
this?
As you head down, you see the cannonballs that came at you when you zoomed in and you saw them, and they were cannonballs in the air. But as you went down to the water side and you're still on a rock, they now have sprouted they're cannonballs, but they have arms and legs, and they're just ha, 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 and they can't swim because they're cannonballs.
Oh no.
They're talking cannonballs? What are these things?
Oh no, are they friends?
Are you friends?
Y'all are just gonna see Emma chasing one of them down the
Yeah, one of them has made it up to the
down
drier
the shoreline,
parts, and
trying
it's just
to figure it out.
it's running away, ah!
It's just in full predator mode. It's just Yema. And Serena's just yeah, Yema, what? Leave that alone. I don't think they like that. And Yema does not pay attention.
Yema's just out.
Yeah, Yema's in cat mode. You're not getting that back. You're not getting Yema back. This is cat. And as Serena looks at the others and is like, "Are you all okay?"
The ocean has started receding a little bit. So, and the sand is there. The other ones are just have this imprint of a bowling, just a bowling ball sized cannonball there, and 2 hands, just four fingers, and they're just pouring out water from just a thing. You don't see you have any eyes. It's just a mouth. and 2 hands, 2 feet, just poking out.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Here, and Serena's gonna help, like, just prop them up.
Yeah,
Uh,
you
What
kind of just
are
like,
you?
what do you mean? What are we? We're cannonballs. And the
I
other
can
one's like, why? What do you? What? What do we look like to you? As
I've
he
never
turns.
seen a
fucking
cannonball.
gumballs.
I've never seen a cannonball talk. And Gemma's right. Or, I mean, Serena's right. You look like talking big candy balls, gumballs.
Well, I've never seen one of you before, so shoot.
Skipper
We
is,
were having fun before you showed up.
I mean,
Skipper is
were
going
you
to
trying?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I think Orin like looks over the cliff and yells down, "I'm sorry for hurting you. I thought you were trying to hurt my friend."
You can't tell if where the cannonball's looking, but it turns a hand around and you think it's looking at you, and it goes, Sunlight.
Sorry. Can I lick you?
I don't
This
think
one
that's
is
very polite.
this one's an obvious look at you, and it just like turns.
Because Serena said
No.
you look like. Well, Serena said you look like candy, and
That doesn't mean you have to eat them, Skipper.
that's why I asked if I could. I'm just curious. Usually, things don't talk, and I just put them in my mouth. But this one's talking, so
Honestly-
I'd ask permission. So the answer is no, right?
No.
Okay.
No. And it starts like and just like walking away, trying to get to the drier parts so it can. It's like,
Wait, where?
can you get me over to the dry part? I gotta get back
Yes.
to the ship.
Oh, of course. Here. And Serena's gonna kind of like hoist them up like on her back, like piggyback style,
Oh,
and then like
ooh,
cradle the other one like a baby. There now. See?
like,
Is that better? We can take you over there.
ooh, thank you. Thank you very much. Our ship is over there. He like points around your shoulder. It's that way.
Okay.
Hey, where
Are
did
you cannonballs for a pirate?
I mean, we're from a pirate ship.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm
yeah,
dropping into
leave
my.
that one alone. They're friendly.
Where did our friend go? I'm dropping into my last character. That's not good.
There are the pirates friendly?
Who said they were pirates?
Oh, I don't know.
You just did.
No,
Oh,
I
sorry,
said
wrong
we
voice.
came from I said that we came from a pirate ship.
But they're not
Oh.
pirates?
Hmm.
I'm so confused.
I'm so confused. You're so confused. I'm confused.
What are your
Wait.
names?
Cannonballs don't have names.
Do you want
Well,
names?
if you did have names,
Well, I mean, I do have an, probably have a name under here. Like he's got a stamp as he like points to the other one. Like, show him your stamp.
I'm going to look at the stamp.
And underneath you just see this like this stamp of just like an O. Where it's like where it would have been pressed and cut off, where it like made into one big cannonball. It's like, see, he's an O. Oh,
no, that's what my name starts with.
I used to
Your
have a
name's not-
name.
Wait,
What?
Skipper's not your name.
Skipper's my name now. I don't know what my old name was. But
Oh.
Skipper's my name now. I kind of like it.
Miss Serena, what would you like to do?
Oh, well, I would like to take our new friends to their ship, and then maybe we can find some pants there.
Yeah.
Yema's gone and chased the other one, like already back to the ship, so we're good there. I also would like to find my cat, which I think is
Ah.
probably over there anyway. Nix, are you coming with us?
Me?
Yeah,
Sure.
you're our friend too. Come with.
Yeah. And she lifts her flippers, and then suddenly she is a girl again, pulling her hood down.
Orin
It's
does
fun.
like a big swan dive into the ocean below to get on the same level as everyone else.
And it's like the perfect, like,
Yeah.
and all we
Oh,
hear
wh-
from behind is just like, and just like this drenched, like, and you do it like a little shake as you all walk down the beach. About halfway down, you see you see Yema had caught the other cannonball, and it's just like, hey, get off me, get off me, get off me, and he can't because it's on the ground. It was like a little turtle. Yeah, and then Yema's just like, what do you all do now that you are closer? You can see this big pirate ship. It is like the man of war pirate ship. It's like fully decked out. The sails are up and open, but it's beached on the sand.
Oh.
And from this side, you don't see anything going on, but from the other side, you hear more.
I'm going to fly over it.
Okay.
And I am going to go with Wary Traveler, basically to see the location secrets and hidden treasures.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do to learn more about it. It is a 6. What do I find instead of the treasure, if there is any treasure to find?
As you fly up, and you're trying to get a good handle on your flying a little bit. You kind of did that like as you guys all were flying down the beach. So you thought you'd allow yourself to do a little like stealth bombing through the sails of the boat. What you didn't see was the netting, and you ran right into it, just like a little bird not seeing the windows, and you're now just like tangled up, and you're just wrapped around, and just the total like and
So
you're now spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning
uh,
all the way
during
down to the
that
deck.
time, Skipper is like, well, this is something new. I wonder if I'm going to like this. And just sort of like keeps roly poly or whatever. And it's just like, this seems like a fun thing. But I don't like that I can't move. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I'll wait for all of my friends to show up. And that's what Skipper does.
Yema, at this point, Serena has picked up the third cannonball, and it's got it all over her, and she's just like chit-chatting back and forth with all of them, and they're all talking with Serena. How are you feeling about this? Like,
If you pay like really close attention, Yema's hackles are up a little bit. And I actually want to roll for the bark is bigger. To kind of gauge the the reality of the situation kind of thing. Like, is this magic or not? I'm a talking cat. Who knows? And I rolled I got a 9.
Okay.
So what truth is hidden beneath the surface, and how is the truth worse than the veneer?
Okay. And I think what ends up happening is because Oren and Nyx are there, you kind of head off ahead a little bit, especially since Skipper took off. And you just kind of are sneaking around the boat a little bit. What you see, though, is as you touch the boat, from far away, it has this glimmer to it, just this pristineness to it. But the minute you touch the boat, you see this, like the planks themselves are rotted, and like some of them are missing. But it was just for a flash. Like if you go to touch it again, the boat's fine.
I'm gonna pass Serena over to Glyza.
Okay.
Excellent.
Serena, we should probably not be here. Put your new friends down. We must leave at once.
But I think we should save Skipper.
Skipper will be fine. He usually is.
It's okay.
He's having fun. See? It's fine.
I don't
Really,
know.
we really must get going. Things. You know how they say cats have a sixth sense? Mine is tingling right now. We should not be here.
Oh.
I don't.
And I kind of want to use that to impart wisdom to her.
Okay.
5 and a 5, so I got a 10. So when I offer that guidance, she'll follow the advice, and then you can re-roll and add 1 to your total, basically, for a move you choose to do. But yeah, just big old hackles are up, tail is poofed, like very unhappy kitty.
Like there's just this, like, the cannonballs look down at you like, what do you mean? Our ship is fine. Like, yeah, leave us alone.
I'm trying to. Nyx, is the net over water, did you say? Or is it just like
It's like the netting that's in the middle of the deck. Like it's when Skipper got caught in it, it's like started spinning. And now they're just like trapped inside of it. Like it would be ever like, I'll cut you out kind of situation.
Nyx or Oren,
Yeah.
perhaps. Could you maybe cut Skipper loose?
Yes. I could use my teeth, actually.
And Skipper shouts from afar, "It's okay, I'm fine!"
So do you climb up the
Yeah.
ship?
I think he like uses his fingers and like being careful to like avoid the one that got splintered at the beginning of at the onset of the game to like climb up the side of the ship. And then grabs onto the net and just starts gnawing at them, but he's got like
Just
giant teeth. They're razor sharp. They're probably one tooth is probably the size of Yemma themselves, so I mean probably easy to cut through.
As you get to the top and you start just like assessing the situation and just like you immediately hear from behind you a voice coming from the railing. Hey, what are you doing here?
Oh, I am freeing my friend Skipper
That's me.
from this net.
You're not
Uh,
allowed here. You haven't asked the captain to be allowed on the ship. You're always supposed to ask the captain to be allowed on the ship. Allowed on the ship. Allowed on the ship. Allowed on the ship. And it's coming from all the cannons along the sides of the railings. Allowed on the ship. Allowed on the ship. Allowed on the ship.
I do sincerely apologize. My friend just got caught in your net, and we as soon as I free them, then we will be out of your net and thus off of the ship.
Who's your captain?
Over the side, there's like other accoutrement, but like a barrel comes over, just like rolls over, like caught in a net. Caught in a net. But you're a criminal. Like, you deserve to be in the net. Down below, the rest of you start hearing like yelling from above. Serena, what do you do? Every time there's a yell, there's always something happening.
I am going to look at my manners list, and I'm going to befriend the monsters.
But
and
you're not supposed to befriend monsters.
Well, these are monsters, apparently, and I will befriend them. I will look at the cannonball. I think I would like to save my friends, and I would like to save both of them now because they're both stuck on the ship, and I will take you to the pirate ship and make sure that you are safe so that my friends are safe. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, if you want to come in, we have a gangplank on the other side. Yeah, let's go. And they're like, yeah, let's go.
As long as you introduce us all as friends, so that your shipmates won't attack us, because I wouldn't like that to happen.
And they like jumped out of your hands, and they're like are now like so excited they're like rolling ahead of you. Yema,
I hope that's okay.
I mean, no, it's not, but you're doing it anyway.
Okay.
I guess we're gonna do this. Nix, you see Serena and Yena, are you heading after Serena? No.
Yeah.
What else am I gonna do?
I think she just is kind of going with the flow. She's never been up here doing this much stuff before, so
like, ooh, is this what the surface world is like? Ooh.
Basically.
I don't know if I should be up here. As you all head to the other side, you cross the shadow edge, and as you cross to the other side, this side looks absolutely different than the other side. This side is the side that you saw, Yema. This side is broken planks, missing planks, rotted out wood. But there is a plank going into the hold. While it's still sunlight out, it almost feels very oppressive, as if like there's like thunder and lightning, except there is no thunder and lightning. It just feels that way. What do you do, Serena?
I'm going to be carrying the cannonballs, and
they jumped out of your arms, and they're just like rolling, and they're rolling up into the hold.
Oh, I'm gonna go, hello. I am here with my friends, two of which are up there, and we would like some pants.
So are you going into the hold then, I'm assuming?
I'm going to shout first to make sure that I'm heard and hopefully am allowed to go into the ship. That's a polite thing to do.
Yeah, as you yell that, like two of the cannonballs like come back into view. Yeah, come on. And they just roll back out.
Okay, well, I guess we can go in. and I reach out for both Nyx's hand and Yema's paw or whatever, and like maybe not the paw, like a tail, but like very carefully, not push, like just so
Wow.
that
You'll
just so
carry
that
the cannonballs, but you won't carry Yema. I see how
I
it
mean,
is.
Yema is an adult
Cat by a
cat.
tail.
Yema is an adult cat, and if Yema wants to be carried, Yema would jump into my arms, and I will offer. But I would also be like, make sure that Yema can still run. So I'm mostly just holding that, not clutching, just sort of like holding the tail, sort of. So
Okay.
that's up to Yema if Yema wants to suddenly, you know, jump into my arms, kind of thing.
Like you're just putting out your hand and you're just waiting to see if the tail just kind of like flops.
Yes, that
Okay.
is what Serena going to do.
Yema, are you gonna flop your tail on there?
Yema's gonna do one better and just like hop up and wrap around like a scarf.
Awesome. And I'm gonna hold Nyx's hand, and we're gonna go together.
As the three of you walk in, the inside is nice and bright, which is absolutely different from what you just saw on the outside. It's nice and bright. You smell just like this pot of like almost like some like stew cooking. And then around, but you don't see anyone around that's like cooking it. You don't see a chef. You don't see any sailors. You don't see anybody. What do you do?
Hello?
Hello?
We were told that we can come up here.
We were told that we could come up here.
Can I get my friends?
Can I get my friends?
I don't like
And all you hear is just echo back of your voice. And it's coming from the end of the hold near the stairs.
This isn't very nice. Cannonballs?
And the cannonballs you hear rolling above you on the deck.
I'm just gonna go up to the deck now.
Okay. As you head over to the stairs leading up, you see what might have been echoing at you close to by, and it was just like French horns just hanging on the sides, hanging on the walls. But that's it. That's all you see. It's like, what?
Cool.
Cool. They both just like, cool.
Nyx, have you ever seen French horns that talk like that?
Well, that depends. What is a French horn?
That's what they are.
That's what everyone asks.
Then no.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for repeating whatever it is I said. That's quite nice.
And they repeat right back to you.
And I'm gonna go to the deck.
And as you are walking back up, we go back to Orin. You got this like entire not crew of all the objects and items surrounding you, now wanting to hold court over people who have not been invited. Must have the captain.
I would like to do a make room roll.
Okay.
Yeah, roll when you're in cramped quarters, stuck, or otherwise imprisoned.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, that's an 8. So I think I'm like trying to like, yeah, Orin being so large and imposing is not used to being surrounded by a bunch of smaller things. He's used to being surrounded by a bunch of like things actually quite larger than him. but he doesn't want to hurt them. So in an attempt to like get away and like get closer to where the rest of the party is, he ends up accidentally tripping over one of the cannons and like face planting into the deck of the ship. And there's just like it just rumbles and echoes like and the ship like rocks back and forth as this 9-foot tall ogre, slams face first into the ground, or the floor rather.
As you do that, like, yeah, you just like boom, it just shakes everything. Like every powder keg, crates fall over, like canvas sacks just fall out of each thing. And they're all just like, oh, ow, oh, attacking the ship, attacking the ship.
No,
attacking the ship.
No, I am so sorry. I deeply apologize. Please, this was all an accident. It was all a mistake. I didn't. Oh, Serena, please, wait, Serena. Friends, are you here? Can you help me, please?
Are we on top of the deck now?
Yep. Yeah, as soon as this happened, you felt this like shake. And you hear Orin asking for Serena, yelling for Serena.
I'm here, Orin.
Please, I'm so sorry. I have disturbed this entire crew. Could you? You have a much more powerful voice than I. Can you explain exactly what's happening here?
Of course. And I look for the 2 cannonballs that I brought up with my friends, and I go, well, we were told that we can come up here, and I'm here to save my friends. And my friends that are up there that are tied up, and Orin is my friend. And also Nyx and Yema. They are my friends. My name is Serena.
And the 3 cannonballs like come and like surround you. Like, Serena asked to be here. Yeah, they asked to be on the ship. They asked to be on the ship. And the everything on the like just like breathed a sigh of relief. But they didn't. And they point towards Skipper. Like they didn't invite. They didn't ask to be on the ship. They didn't ask to be on the ship. They have to ask the captain. The captain. Oh, everything just starts parroting back about the captain.
Skipper then looks down at everyone and goes, technically, I am not technically on the ship. I was flying around and your ship took me. Therefore, the ship should have asked permission to be on me, and they didn't. And therefore, it is their fault. And since the ship didn't ask me, who was really the criminal here? Isn't it the ship?
Skipper does bring up a good point.
And Orin here, my good friend, is just here to save me from this criminal ship that took me. Therefore, it is definitely not our fault. And therefore, if we're talking about criminal prosecutions, it is the ship's fault.
From behind you, Skipper, you hear this. We'll see what the captain has to say about that. And you right through the netting, you fall to the ground. If you look behind you, it is the anchor of the ship.
Oh shit! I mean,
just...
oops. Sorry. I was just surprised about an anchor of the ship.
And it's, if you've ever seen anchors for the ship, they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
They're big. Again, you don't see where the face is. You're not really sure where the mouth is, but this has like blades right at the edge, and that's what it used to cut you loose. Serena, what do you do? They are huge, yes.
I'm going to look at the two cannonballs and say, would you mind explaining and helping us about what happened? Because I don't. We're friends now, right?
And they are now like they've actually rolled behind you.
Oh shit.
Like everyone's kind of like shied a little back away. The one cannonball that's willing to be like he's the first, they're the first mate. If they said you have to talk to the captain, you have to talk to the captain.
Okay. And I'm going to look at both Nyx and Yama. And I'm gonna take a deep breath. Do you think I can do this? I think I can do this. I can talk to them, right? Yeah? Okay. And I'm going to walk closer to the barrel that is the captain, apparently.
Serena, as you walk over and start to talk, the anchor goes, just kind of like tilts. That's not the captain. And
Who?
it like, it just like walks back towards the cabin area.
So who's the captain?
And you see everybody, like everybody on the deck, even though they have no hands, just kind of in some way, shape, or form, point. You can tell it's understood. Everyone points towards the captain's quarters. It's like that section there. Like, but there's like a shivering that they all have.
Should we be concerned?
Should we wait for the captain to come out?
I mean, we've already broken several of their rules. At least maybe just this once we should. Maybe we should just follow what they're saying. I'm tired of them mocking everything.
Okay. And we're going to knock at the door.
As you knock on the door, all you hear is come.
And at this point, I am going to pass Serena to Amber.
Okay. Yeah, Serena knocks at the door. Here's the instruction of come in from inside, and she does. She grabs the handle of the door and pulls it open with a but before she steps inside, she looks back to the collection of animals and creatures behind her and realizes that she's actually made real friends that she's not scared to go on a journey with. And I think this is going to go against one of the manners. Young ladies must never befriend monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the belief is friends can come in all manner of sizes, temperaments, and personalities. And she feels like a little bit more emboldened to be able to cross the threshold into the captain's quarters. And she almost feels like she herself is like Anne Bonny from the book that she loves so much, confronting like a rival pirate captain. She walks in. Well, Captain, it is great to meet you. To who am I speaking?
As you walk inside, Nyx, where are you coming in as well?
don't see why not.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure that you're all going to be in the same room. As you walk in and you Serena, you make that declaration. Hello, Captain. Like, nice to meet you. You walk in and you don't see anybody on the captain's desk, which you be really weird. There is a captain's desk. All there is a pirate hat sitting right on top of the desk, amongst all of the pirate trinkets that would have been stolen over the years. Along the walls are books upon books upon books that, Serena, you have actually read in the past. This space smells very familiar to you.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. Nix, as you follow in behind Serena, expecting the same, Serena has started walking into the room. What do you recognize about this room?
What do I recognize about the room?
Mhm.
Well, I see a collection of things that my mother had that were mainly like little bits of coral and rocks, just kind of on shelves sometimes,
Okay.
or at least looks like her collection. But and some things that she had, that like an astrolabe and things like that probably aren't what she has specifically, but like are similar to what I've seen in her items and stuff, so they're familiar to me.
As you head on over there, Yema, you walk in, also smell that just very familiar smell. But there's something very familiar, other items for you as well in this room. What are they?
Don't laugh. Cannonball plushie.
I'm not laughing.
I said don't laugh. I think it's a lot of like the cat toys that Yema had when they were like a little kitten. So like they're very well worn and well played with. Sort of stacked in like this little pile. And as Yema like hops down off of Serena's shoulders, they just kind of instinctively are sniffing around and then find them and then kind of go back to playing around with them for a minute.
Okay. And you head off that way. I'm gonna have you, Oren, I'm gonna have you play Serena and Oren in a second. Oren, you're like squeeze in through the door. You also, again, very almost very familiar as well. What do you recognize about the room that you were just surprised that it's there?
Oren recognizes this is so stupid. This is coming back from like from no, I'm not gonna go this rough, never mind. Okay. Oren recognizes a few sets of horns reminiscent of his own that have the same like curve pattern. He recognizes that you know, ogres, as they age up, they shed, they have like once they hit puberty, they have like a shed of their horns at first, kind of like shedding your baby teeth, right? These are like his baby horns that were there from youth. And he almost feels like the splinter underneath his fingernail once again, but it's like an emotional hit, like right to the core of his being. Like, how did this pirate even find them?
Skipper, you, you are also coming in. I don't know if you actually wanted to, but I think the anchor kind of like
Pushed me in.
pushed you in. You definitely recognize this room. There's something very familiar to you here, but I think it's from a past that you maybe sometimes want to forget. What is it that you left behind?
This looks like my old room. And
It
right
looks like
there,
a pirate. Your old room looked like a pirate
yep.
cabin.
This looks like my old room. And in the corner, very is the same mirror I used to have in my old room. Basically, this whole place looks like my old room, but especially that mirror in that corner.
Okay. As you all start spreading out, Serena, you started walking towards the pirate desk, the captain's desk, and on it you see that pirate hat and just like the full regalia of a captain's, like the coat, the shoes that you were missing, and pants, the pirate pants, puffy shirt, everything, the full get up. What do you do?
Serena looks around the room a couple of times just to make sure that there's absolutely nobody else in the room, because she doesn't want to particularly touch things that don't belong to her. Not only because like it's not, polite, but you don't know where these things have been, and if they could be a danger to you. I think she turns to, the like wind in her sails like deflates just a little bit, and she turns to the rest of her friends, her menagerie of friends that she's collected, and asks, do you all see anybody else here who could potentially be the captain? I don't want to presume, but I am in search of pants, and these are quite frilly.
Well, it does sort of go against everything you were ever taught, though. Your grandmother will definitely not be happy about this. But I I mean, the pants do seem to be your size, and I mean, if the pants fit. No, not my pants.
um Nix? Skipper?
Well, I don't think they would fit me, and you're the most captainy looking person I've seen, but I also don't know what a captain looks like. But you've been kind of leading us around, and that's what I imagine they do, so
I think those are your pants.
They could be. And I'm going to refuse to mind my manners.
Okay.
And I'm naming the young ladies must always wear clothes suited for young ladies manner.
Okay.
And put in and I'm gonna roll 2 dice. Well,
You have TD6 and you have a 1 from an earlier Yema roll. And if you want to use any of the beliefs that fit the situation, you can as well.
okay, good, because I rolled a 5, and so I'm gonna add the 1 and then add another one from the belief friends can come in all manner of sizes, temperaments, and personalities, because my friends are egging me on.
Okay.
So I can give success. Yeah, so how do I overcome the challenge here? So I like kind of, yes, Serena crosses like the crosses the room and puts her hands on the pile of clothes on the desk, and she like runs the she runs the silk and the linens through her hands, like reveling in the textures, like understanding like, yeah, this is her regalia to don.
As you start putting it on and you're like, yeah, this is right. As you move the captain's hat, underneath that captain's hat is Grandma Juanita's pipe.
Oh,
Still warm on that bowl.
Well, she pops on the hat, and then scoops up the pipe in her hand. She doesn't smoke it yet. I think she's a little afraid to right now, but she declares, I believe that a young lady now should wear whatever makes her feel the most powerful.
And a new belief. And now that you have donned that captain's hat, the entire ship starts shaking and shuddering. From behind you, the glass that used to just show the shore, now is now sliding right into the ocean. And it just like does that, just like a big splash of water comes in over the top. What do the rest of you do?
Yema's gonna try and fit in the hat.
Okay.
Orin tries to hold on to Skipper and Nyx, knowing that they're smaller, and act as kind of like the grounding presence for them.
From outside, you all hear. Skipper, are you also trying to run out?
No, I'm gonna stick with Orin.
Okay, you're all with Orin. Okay. From outside, you hear the anchor say, "Anchor's away!" And I'm going to take control back of Serena for a second. As Serena now starts to run out, and she grabs the handle to run outside to see what's going on. You all see a flash of light. And you are now back in Mrs. Grubel's room, just having walked through. That familiar smell that you all smell was Mrs. Grubel's room. Still holding that pipe in your mouth as you walk through, waiting to get your hair braided, getting ready for the rest of the day. And that is where we're going to end this one shot.
That's so cute.
Thank you so much. We're going to go around the room here, and I'm going to start with Morgan. Let's go with you first.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm very sick. What are we doing here?
We're doing our outros.
Oh, okay. So my name is Morgan again. I'm imagining tricks on the internet. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just clarify.
You're
sorry.
doing great.
So
You're
ill
doing great.
right now. And you can find me posting cosplay stuff or very loud internet opinions or talking about Final Fantasy 14 currently or writing. That's where you can find me pretty much everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And I very much enjoyed playing with this crew, all of them for the first time. It was very fun. Thank you for having me, even though, again, I'm super sick right now.
You did fantastic. We'll go with Meg.
Hey, I'm Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Nonia's Pants, where I screech about fandoms, randoms, and being a music educator in the state of Texas and in this godforsaken country. Beyond that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a lot of fun playing a cat. I kept checking my playbook and was like, "Can I do anything?" And it just said, "Be the animal you are." And I was like, "Bet I'm just gonna go chase things now." So I had a lot of fun playing this. This is the second time I've played this game, so I'm having a lot of fun. Also, first time with a lot of y'all, so it was a blast. And yeah, I don't know. Nightbot doesn't like me, but most of the people who have been in here know me by now. And if you don't, get to know me. I'm gonna pass it over to Amber.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amber, also known as The Space Jamber. I'm a TTRPG writer, editor, podcaster, streamer, and I am so excited to partner with you on any of the TTRPG needs you might need or might have, whatever. I've been streaming for 12 hours. I'm tired. I am okay, a thing I need to plug. Fuck, am I on anything this week? I think I'm back on my break starting this week. Hold on. Pause. Oh, yeah, on Tuesday, on Tuesday I will be on Casper the NB Ghosts channel with a lot of folks from Tabletop Titties for another WAVAW stream. Where we are playing Monster Hearts 2 and to raise money for this amazing cause. But I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for having me. Morshadi, thank you for telling this amazing tale. Meg, Morgan, Glyza, thank you for powering through this, especially Morgan for being super sick. And I'm gonna pass it over to Glyza.
Hey, this is, I'm Glyza. I go by they, them. I am a person of many hats. I'm a podcast host. I'm a writer, variety streamer, talk show host. I am the director of philanthropy over here at TTRPG, as well as a partner on the Gremlin Collective. And today I got to play Skipper, who is just, my brand of chaos. I am so happy to have been able to play that character. To see all the stuff that I'm in, just check out bio.link/classical Glyza or look for @classical Glyza everywhere on the socials. I am on a lot of things and I don't remember what they are. So check out bio.link/classical Glyza because that's where you'll find me. Also, we reached our goal. $500. We raised $500 in almost 3 hours. So thank you for everyone that watched us. Thank you for everyone that donated. Thank you for the funny numbers. Thank you so much. And it has been so wonderful to tell this story with all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your night. And I'm gonna pass it back on to Morshadi to let him tell him about stuff, and he's gonna close us out because that's something that I can do as part of the team here. Ha ha!
Yes, thank you, Nikki. Woo, woo, woo. Horn noises for the $500. Thank you so much, everyone who donated. I am More Shoddy on Twitter at more_shoddy because the person who owns at More Shoddy doesn't use it, hasn't used it for the last 12 years. I will get your username eventually. At More Shoddy everywhere else. This has been Girl Underground. You can get this online. I got one of the last few copies of physicals. They don't do physicals anymore, so ha ha ha. No, but it's great. It's fantastic. Please, 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 if you like this game, get it. It's great. I'm not really doing anything else. I'm taking a break because school. But I will probably be back here in the summertime, doing something here on TTRPG or Classical Glyza. Somewhere over here in the thing over there. And I run PBTA games, so that's all I do. So thank you very much again for everybody who donated. This has been a fantastic time. And thank you all for the wonderful story that you allowed me to be a part of. And Glyza, I'll kick it back to you for the closeout.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.